Hello, my divine kings and queens. I'm back to do another video. And before I get into what we're going to talk about today, I just want to let you guys know that the Royal Ball tickets are officially on sale. So make sure that you go ahead and you check that out. The link is going to be in the community board. I've also been pinning the link in the comment section of the videos. So make sure that you go out and purchase your tickets because it's definitely going to be a vibe. Okay. And today what we're going to be talking about is when we go through certain things because we've been condemned and broken and conditioned to belittle ourselves or look down upon ourselves because of how people have treated us, right? I always say chosen ones get it the hardest, and that's what people don't talk about. You know, people see like, oh, you know, the way that they talk like this and that. Baby, that's a gift. But let me tell you something, it comes at a cost. You know, people look at, look at how God set up here and blessed this person. Everybody's saying that they God's child and all this type of stuff. We are not in a position to judge any person because we are not what? Perfect. Thank you. So some of y'all is just too judgmental, right? You just too nosy, too picky, and that's why y'all just gonna stay 2 steps behind of God's chosen people. And you know what? That's just too bad, because nobody tell you to sit up here and judge. You are not God. You're not bigger than God. Therefore, you cannot determine and sit up here and try to critique who it is that God gives the anointing to, or who he chooses for a specific purpose or path. I feel he is trying to send a strong message, even in him using Black China in the way that she's changing her life. Alexis Sky, that is a reality TV star. And see, a lot of the times what God would do is he'll pick a person who's actually going through some things, because this is something that a degree cannot teach you. This is something that school cannot teach you. A professor cannot teach you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some of this stuff is real life experiences, which is why God chooses certain people to speak to certain people, because these people have actually gone through this here. Do you understand what I'm saying? He can pick an ex-prostitute to go ahead and change that person's life around, to go back and speak to other people who still yet work in the streets. He can go ahead and pick an ex-drug addict, an ex-pimp, or whatever the case may be, to go back and speak to these people who are still yet what? In that lifestyle. I've never seen in any story that I've ever read in the Bible, okay, where God picked a perfect person when he had a certain mission or for this person's life. I've never seen him pick the perfect human being who did everything right, who came every day looking top tier every day in they Sunday's best in the pew. You understand what I'm saying? I've never seen him pick a perfect human being, but I have seen him change that of people's lives around who wasn't on the up and up, who didn't do everything perfect, the people who were looked down upon, who were judged, whose lifestyle was frowned upon. And I've seen him change these people's lives around. These are the stories that we pay attention to, because it's like, there's no way that you could have gotten through that had it not been for the grace of God. Do you understand what I'm saying? Had it not been for the powers that be that got you through what you went through. And it was tough, and people don't talk about how hard it is when God chooses you, and you don't talk about how hard it is to go ahead and have these gifts that people may not understand. That people may not understand and try to say, you know what, you're not this and you're not this and you're this and you're this, and no, that's dark, that's demonic. You know, a lot of the times, like I say, you know, with what you went through, what you didn't understand is and what these people didn't understand either. You know, God, even when you purposely chose to sin, this is what I talk about when God's promises for your life, when he has something for you. At the end of the day, it will be the very thing that you go out there and do in the street, right? Maybe not valuing your body, understanding that your body, this is a temple. You understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to value this. You can't let everybody have this. You can't let everybody touch it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all may have been abused and used since from a very young age. I raise my hand to that. I didn't always value herself. I didn't see the value in self because I was broken. I was used. I did what I felt I had to just get through the day, get through my life, sweep things under the rug, trying to move through, trying to elevate, trying to do it my way. But see, I had to realize I came to a complete stop in my life, because I realized, and God was showing me, your way isn't the right way, but let me show you a different way. It will be the very thing that you go out there and do that people will critique, that people will condemn you for, that people will look down upon you for, right? That people will point the finger at you. That will be the very thing that God choose you and lift you and deliver you from. The very thing that people put on you, the very things that you were doing in your past, that will be the very reason why God chose you. And that's what he's showing you. It's like, yeah, I was with you every step of the way when you thought I wasn't even watching you, when you purposely chose to go down that wrong path. You purposely chose to go ahead and detour, using the wrong map, taking the wrong directions, listening to the wrong people, following the wrong people, loving the wrong people, investing into the wrong people, confided into the wrong people, rolling with the wrong people, being improperly influenced, and you as well improperly influencing others because of the mindset that you was in at that given point in time. I saw what you was doing, but see, I wasn't rolling with you and watching you for the very same reason that these other people was rolling and watching you. I was actually following you and watching you to form a wedge of protection around you while you was what? Knee deep up in that sin. Play with it. Because I plan on using you. I plan on using you. My promise to you is if you roll with me, you keep your eyes focused on me, you continue to believe in me, you continue to help, to hold my hand, you continue to confide in me, trust in me, talk to me, I can change your life around. I can show you a different way of life. Baby, I can show you a whole different way of doing things. Do you understand me? I can show you a completely different way of living. And let me tell you something. These people were mad. See, when the enemy know that they can't beat you, baby, and they can't stop you, they gasp for straws in trying to break you down. They got to break you. They got to get to your mental. Because see, you too strong when you in your element. When you rolling with God, when you in your element, you too strong. But see, if they can get you away from that, if they can try to attack your mind, they can attack your purpose. But see, God say, listen, this purpose going to pay off for you. Let me tell you something. God, when people put knives and stab them things deep up in your back, you was like, God, I'm trying to figure out why at the end of the day, the only thing that you can tell me to try to soothe things over in my life as to why I'm receiving so much backlash, as to why I'm receiving so much hurt and betrayals, huh? Why I'm being judged so by these people who barely even know me, and the ones that know me were supposed to support me, but they was part of the enemy's camp. They was rolling with the enemy. They were an enemy. And all that you can tell me is continue to be good. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Continue to be good. It's not your fault. You weren't wrong in these situations. I know that I wasn't wrong. These people knew I wasn't wrong. These people knew my heart. These people knew my intentions. Yet they still chose to go up against me. This is the world that I was birthed into. This is what you telling me that my purpose is, to sit up here and take all this hell here on earth? I don't fit in. This ain't for me. But I can promise you, what he was telling, I can promise you, you're going to see how it's all going to serve you and how it was part of my will for you. Because see, you had to go through it. So that I can get you through it. I can elevate you from it. I can lift you up from it. I can deliver you from it so that you can go back and be an inspiration to someone else. You can be that for someone else what I was to you. See, you'll never understand why I needed you to go through it. You'll never understand why I needed your heart to be broken into a million pieces so that I could be the one to come through and restore you and put it back together the proper way. Do you understand me? Some of y'all was conditioned the wrong way. God had to break you in order to restore you and build you up in his image. You didn't understand what he was doing. Too many people put their mouths on you. Too many people had their hand up in a situation that didn't serve you. It didn't benefit you. And you kept trying to figure out. See, I keep trying to tell you, when it comes to low vibrational people, they're going to condone and feed into what is low vibrational. Anything that's low vibrational. See, you already was met with resistance because of your energy. There was already a shift. You think that people can't feel that when they low and you vibing high. You understand what I'm saying? When they choose to take low blows, you take the high road. You think people can't see that. But see, you can't sit up here and be shameful of how God made you, of who you truly are. You can't let the world and the darkness that's in it change you for the worse. You got to let it go ahead and mold you and shape you for the better. There are a lot of people that's breaking up out of this mold. But see, for the ones that was stuck, these were the people who went up against you. You understand what I'm saying? Because they realized they couldn't defeat you. They wish they can work it like you. But it's only one you. These people were Otises. You was David Ruffin. You was a rising star. You was different. They didn't like what was different. They didn't like what was unique. They didn't like what was special. You was just on a different level. You was vibing high. You was on a different vibration. Do you understand what I'm saying? You was ahead of your time. They wish they can work it like you, but they just can't. It's only one you, baby. It's only one you. Yeah. And see, when you kept trying to go down these wrong roads and paths that was not working for you, God set up here and blessed you to blaze your own trail. And it's like, now these people got their own cliques and audiences and people who support them, right? Ain't nobody buying tickets to their marathon no more. People want to come on here and see your the people want to go ahead and see the underdog. That's who they want to go see. They want to see the one who overcame every obstacle, every stumbling block that was placed before their path. They no longer want to see what these people got going on. And so what happened is like now the attention, the focus was shifted on you. People want to see what you got going on. They want to see how you do it, how you work it. All you had to do was just be yourself and surrender to change. That's all you had to do. Focus on God and believe in his promises for you, that he was going to come through for you and do what it is that he said he was going to do. It took some time. You had to roll with the punches. Took a lot of blows to the face, to your stomach, to your back. They wanted to knock you down, but God came through and turned everything around for you. You understand what I'm saying? Can't stop what it is that God has for a person when this is something that he had already promised this person to have. So it's now as you saying, God, no, this person don't deserve this. They don't deserve that. I want that. But who are you to take it from this person if you haven't gone through the things that this person have gone through? Some people didn't even want to put in the work. Some of these things, some of the things that you've gone through, you would take with you to the grave, grave, baby. You would take it. You won't speak on it even on your last breath, on your dying bed. You will not, because of how degrading it was. The things that you took off of people, the things that you was willing to do for people, you would take it with you to the grave. You won't tell a soul because the only person that you needed to tell, you had already told. And it goes without even saying because he saw what I just said. He was rolling with you. He saw everything that you did. Baby, when it was so hard for you to sit up here and even tell God the things that you had done so he could forgive you. It was like, I can't even say it. You couldn't even get the words out. You didn't have to get the words out. But you still felt his presence around you, consoling you, helping you just get through the night, to ease your pain. You couldn't even tell that man the things that people had done to you. Did you like you was some animal? You ain't human. I can talk about you any way I want to talk about you. I can put my mouth on you any way I want to put my mouth on you. I can treat you any way that I want to treat you. What you finna do? Who you rolling with? Where your army? You ain't got a backbone nowhere. Who's standing with you? Who rolling with you? Who's sliding with you? Where your friends at? Where your family at? All these people was the enemy. It's God showing you can't flourish and grow somewhere when you're surrounded around a community of devils. I can lift you up there because that's where they cursed you and put you down at. I can most definitely, that was my plan for you. Yes, that's what you prayed to me for, right? Give you a chance to lift your head up high again. Give you a chance to be proud of yourself again. Give you a chance to be happy to step up out your home and walk down the street and not be embarrassed, because it ain't nothing for you to be embarrassed about. Where I really want to take you, I got to get you away from this setting. You can't flourish here when you're around a community, friends, families of devils. Devils who are all part of the enemy's camp. Working together, confiding in one another, laughing at you behind your back. But see, the thing is, they can sit up here and laugh at your pain, but was shocked at the blessings that God was ushering you into. But laughing at your pain when you could have died You could have very well lost your life. You could have taken your life behind all that cruelty and all that pain that you had to bear alone because you didn't have the proper support around you. But you God's baby. Even if yours here on this planet Earth don't give you your flowers or don't give you your just due, God is giving it to you. He cured you where people cursed you, healed you where you was hurting, blessed you where you was broken. That's his promises for you. No matter what these people do, no matter how they try to knock you up off your high horse, push you off a cliff, off of a tower, thinking that you're going to plummet to your death, God will always place you in a situation where you land and stand 10 toes down. Not this one, not today. You wish you can work it like my chosen one. You wish that you can work it like my child. That's why all that envy and that jealousy consume you, because you realize it's only one them, and where you can't compete, you try to take them out. What a weak move. That's who you was around. It's always that one that is the star. The one who there's one who got to take the background. That's what, he kept it together. But he didn't really have that talent, that raw talent. You understand what I'm saying? You did. And they always saw it in you. They didn't want it to be you. They were mad that it was you. Because these people are so low vibrational, they're unhealed. They're not willing to change. They're not willing to heal. That's why they feel the way that they feel. Because they're not willing to heal. But here's the deal. Because you already know I'm going to keep it real. God's promises for you. God's promises for you. He will always come through on his promises that he made to you. That's what he's showing you. It don't matter about what these people said, because that is the whole reason why he chose you, because of what you did. How your life, the choices that you made, how your life, the people that you roll with, how your life, the things that you used to do, how your life turned around before these very people's eyes. It's going to come a time, and it did, see, where enough was enough. It's like, you know, God got a destination for you, and he gives you this car fully loaded, full of the right amount of gas, food, nourishment, everything, refreshments, in order to get you to this destination. This is for you, and he tells you this is for you. Pick up if you want to. You got enough to get you through, to get you to this destination. It took time for you to develop. You know what I'm saying? It took time for you to grow. It took time for you to elevate. It took time for you to ascend. Because for a lot of you, your heart was just too big. It was, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what you had to realize is you had to set some firm boundaries around you to protect you. People will drain the very life out of you and have no remorse, not a care in the world as to how you would get through after they've drained every single last resource from you. Do you understand what I'm saying? With no intentions of giving it back to you. People was really coming for you and coming for you hard. Do you understand me? And it's like you got to the point where you said, you know what, God? I'm not perfect. I'm going to just keep it real with you. And you know I'm not perfect, so it'll go without saying. But let me tell you something. I want to get to my destination this season. This season, I want to get to my destination. This season, I'm not picking up no hitchhikers. I'm not picking up no strays. I'm not picking up no stragglers. I'm not picking up no Johnny come by latelys. I am not picking up no narcissists. I am not picking up no leeches. I am trying to get to my destination, because every time I stop and I go out my way for these people and going outside of your will for me, outside of the plans that you have for me, I always pick up these stragglers, these hitchhikers. And every time I allow them into my car, I allow them into my life, and they see my resources, they drain me, they deplete me, they hurt me, they embarrass me, they ridicule me, they mock me, they leave me stranded. After I've made sure that they got to their destination, I own a full tank of gas. But as soon as they get up out my car and I make sure that they get to their destination, I'm on a half tank. Food almost gone. They took some of my clothes too. Not this season. See, if you don't advise me and if you don't guide me, I am not going out my way. No more. Whatever got them on that side of the road, that's what's going to keep them there. I'm going to leave it and wash my hands and leave it to you. That's not my problem. Because see, every time people tried to look at you, every time people open up their mouth towards you, was always something derogatory, demeaning that they had to say about you. And people sat around and laughed at it. You always had to be the problem till God stepped through and said, hold on, this is a problem, let's resolve them. Where the problem at? I'll wait. What a problem at? I'm listening. What a problem at? Let me know what a problem at so I can resolve it. What's the problem? So I can resolve it. These people were the problem. Huh? They made you their problem, made you their business because of who you are, because of what you're destined to have in your life. Baby, you just gonna have to roll with the punches and understand you're gonna have some haters, you're gonna have some admirers. Okay, you're gonna have some pros, you're gonna have some cons being on this journey. You're gonna have the good, you're gonna have the bad, you're gonna have the highs, you're gonna have the lows. But it's in going through what it is that you went through that got you to where it is, got you to where you are today, where you can help other people because of what you went through. No, it's not easy, but look at it. He didn't have to choose you. You could have had the regular, normal life. God placed you in a position to break out of that mold and to break the code. There's a code in everything that in this thing that we call life. It can throw you some curveballs and knock you up off your feet. But if you got the right recipe and the right pedigree, you know what I'm saying? Can't nothing knock you so far down where you're unable to get back up again. Do you understand what I'm saying? That was God. That's what God was trying to show you. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. These were just words that people were spewing out. Baby, the words. It was just some words. You were so much of a problem. These people were drama-filled, rotten to the utmost degree. And they did it and hid it so well because they were around other people that condoned and fed into this foolishness and this behavior. But when I tell you that the God that you serve and the promises that he make for you, it's like, listen, what I have for you, what I promised you, you will step into it. It was nothing that they can do because it's the very thing that they was condemning and putting their mouth on you for that ended up serving as part of your purpose, God's purpose for you. It was part of his will. So whereas they're thinking, you know what? This person ain't gonna never have this person. This person was this. This person was too fast. This person was this. This person was that. It's the very reason why God chose you. And when he was walking with you to form a wedge of protection around you while you was dealing with these what? Devils. Play with it. He is using a lot of people. A lot of people are choosing to change their life around for the better. Because it's no longer fulfilling to sit up here and be around people or to be idolized for doing something or committing certain acts or living a certain lifestyle that it doesn't benefit you at the end of the day. It is draining you. It took a real person to go through the things that you went through and not let it get you so down to the point where you said, you know what? Even if you present yourself to me, even if you tell me what it is that you have for my life, I really don't think that I could step into it. I don't think that it's for me. But in fact, you took the high road and you said, you know what? These people weren't really rolling for me, didn't really have my back, you know? And I see now how this is spiritual, because for a lot of you, you just like, you know what, why was I condemned? Why was people easing me up and down? Why was I going through these things and people didn't even know me? They can sense how high vibing you are. Can sense it. You don't fit in. How someone of a higher vibration can fit in with that of people who are of a lower vibration? It's a shift. It ain't gonna fit. The things that you want to talk about, it's like they live to gossip. They live to sit up here and screw someone over. They live for these childish games. They live for that. Until they heal and get on their journey, that's what fulfills them. You don't live for all that. They didn't like that. They look what you come around, what you think you better, oh, hold on a second. Ain't nobody even said none of that. But see where these people mind at? But you see what I'm about to tell? I'm about to tell you something real though. You know, the main reason why you went through what you went through, because people could no longer be around you and make you the laughing stock. They could no longer be around you and look down their nose at you. See, as long as you were out there doing things, right, that wasn't becoming of the man and the woman that God ordained you to be, it was cool. No matter if they talked about you, they weren't talking about you as bad as it was when you decided to turn your life around. I can promise you that. But there were things being said about you. There were certain looks that was being made as soon as you left the room. Things that was being told about your life as soon as you left the room. Do you understand what I'm saying? Always demeaning, always derogatory, always having to throw your name under the bus. But some of these people you've helped, well, I said, you got tired of picking up hitchhikers and stragglers and strays. But when you did, you took very good care of these people with the resources that God blessed you to have. Enough is enough. You keep going and repeating cycles because God is trying to show you something and wake you up. When is it going to be enough for you to realize you are different? You can't roll with these people. If they do not like you, if they despise you, look down upon you because of the things that I promised you, the things that I said that you will have in your life. You can sit up here and play the fool and think that these people don't know. They know. Half of them had a hand in trying to make sure that you didn't step into it and was trying to hold it back. That's why you didn't fit in. Extraordinary can't fit in with what's normal. What's of a higher vibration can't fit in with what's of a lower vibration. Darkness and light can't dwell together, so make it make sense to me since you keep asking these questions. But you don't want to surrender to change and wake up and see what it is that God is trying to show you. You got to get in where you fit in. You didn't fit in with these people because God was sitting up here blazing and clearing out a different path for you. And on this path, and the people who's rooting for you on the bleachers, no, you're not going to see people from your past. You're not going to see family members there. You're not going to see ex-lovers there and friends, ex-friends there. These people weren't for you. But the people that you are going to see on these bleachers are the people that I brought and ushered you and brought into your life. These are people who are on the same vibration as you, got the same mindset as you, on the same journey and mission as you. The day came and gone where people can sit up here and get around you and want to hang around you. It was all cool as long as they had someone that was beneath them to make them feel good about themselves. Take the do boy and the do girl, the underdog, the black sheep, the lame. Take this person from out of their reach, from underneath their thumb. It's a problem. This is why when they was put on the spot, well, what's the problem? So I can resolve them. They couldn't even say it. Because how weak and pathetic would they look and say, well, I don't like them because they chose to change their life around and now everybody's going to see them for who they truly are. And I won't no longer be able to talk about them and laugh at them and judge them because they're not doing the things that you used to do. That's the type of people that you was around. You get what I'm saying? Because they was around people who was low vibrational just like them. So they felt like, oh, you know what? I got the advantage. And as long as you was dependent upon these people, as long as you was around these people and in their energy and in their space, yeah, you were beneath them. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing for you. God wasn't gonna sit up here and really bless you the way that he wanted to bless you when you was around a community of devils. Is you serious? But you did have to learn certain things while you was around these people. You did have to go through certain things. Those embarrassments, the shame, your downfalls had to be made public because when he chose to come through for you and it was time for these promises that he made to you, when it was time for you to step into your purpose, time for you to have all the things that God promised you, all the things that were made public once before that these people felt like they wanted to keep you around. You had to be the family member that was the dumb one. You had to be the broke one. You had to be the lame one. You had to be the this. You had to be the slut. You had to be the this. As long as you was the friend that was sitting up here still living in the same place you was living in, you didn't have this, you didn't have that, you was looking bummy, you kept being hurt, you kept being betrayed. They had a hand in it because they was sitting up here betraying you with your lover. As long as you was around these lovers who sat up here and thought you wasn't nobody to show off, you wasn't nobody to this and that, you was this, you was beneath them, you wasn't pretty enough, you wasn't smart enough, you wasn't handsome enough. All that had to be public. All that had to be public, because when it was time for God to sit up here and turn your life around, nothing could be said. Nothing could be said at this point. And now instead of what they wanted for you being revealed, like you was this person and you was so bad and you was the problem. No, now people gonna see them for who they truly are. All these devils that you was around. See, these devils was all, you didn't know how they was all interconnected. Everybody had their separate camps. The family had a camp. The lovers had a camp. The friends had a camp. They were all enemies. There was enemy camps. You get what I'm saying? But they were all interconnected. You had people who were sitting up here working with other people, telling your business to other people. You wondered why when you stepped within a certain environment or a setting, people was already easting you up and down, looking at you, turning their head, sitting up here laughing at you. It was so funny to laugh at your pain, but it was unbearable. That shock that they received all through their body, it was unbearable when they had to see how God blessed you in the end. But it was all fun and games though, as long as you was the laughing stock, wasn't it? Don't tell me what I don't know. It was all fun and games as long as they was looked at as the one who was the saved and sanctified one. But how saved and sanctified can you be when you were sitting up here trying to go up against God's chosen one, when he had a purpose for their life? How saved and sanctified can you be? No, these people were holier than thou, baby. These people were holier than thou. These people were holier than thou. No one is without sin. So no one can cast stones, because everyone has sinned. No one is perfect. Because let me tell you something, if this is saved and sanctified that these people were, baby, it shouldn't have been a problem when you decided to turn your life around and die, and God decided to come through on them promises that he made to you. You saved and sanctified, shouldn't you be happy? You seeing God perform miracles, shouldn't you be happy? I thought we served the same God. I'm trying to figure it out. Make it make sense to me. It ain't gonna make sense. It ain't gonna make sense. They is hot and they is bothered. They 38 hot. I'm trying to tell you something. It was a problem. That's what the problem was. That's why they can't come out and say it. They can't come out and say how they hate you. Always hated you because of how pretty and how handsome you. Always hated you because of who you are, how you look, how you carry yourself. Always hated you. Always. That was what the problem was. But see, they could cloak it and hide beneath, right? And hide behind the things that you were doing out there in the streets as a justification as to why they feel the way that they feel for you. But that wasn't the real reason. We all have done things. They just you gave them ammunition. You use that to justify how you know, envious and jealous I am of this person. Nobody's gonna know the real reason, but everybody will know the fake reason that I'm about to give, right? It's like people were sitting up here doing and saying things, and they weren't even in your shoes. They don't even know what you went through to get to where you are in life. Half of them wouldn't even want to go through it. They wouldn't want to go through that type of pain. If God told them you got to go through this so that you can go ahead and help these people out here on this end and this end. No, I want to go through that, God. Well, then stay where you at. But don't sit up here and try to point the finger and be judgmental because you see how it paid off someone else's purpose. You see how it paid off for them. You get what I'm saying? You gave these people ammunition. You did. It's okay. Ain't nobody's perfect. But they used that and they took it too far. And then it was grouping up with other people. So now God shamed every single last one of them. Because see, you can roll with these people. You can get all the accolades from these people, all the support you want. But at the end, what you truly wanted, you ain't gonna get it. And that was to see your demise, to see your downfall, to see people look down upon you, because there's no reason for someone to look down upon you. You didn't give people a reason for them to look down upon you. You are a lovable person. You was just around some devils. That's why Mary had a little lamp. This is why it smelled. That's why when he lifted you up, the way that he lifted you up, cleaned you off, the way that he cleaned you up from these people, he had a reason why he did it. He had a reason for why you was publicly shamed, and he had a reason for why, at the end of the day, he publicly blessed you. Some of y'all, you realized you had to heal your inner child before you can even step into these promises that God had for you. And before God could bless you the way that he wanted to bless you, see, there were certain things you had to realize about self. You wanted love and acceptance from these people so bad that you put up with some terrible things. Granted, no one should be treated the way that they treated you. No one deserves to be treated that way. Especially when all you wanted in return was just loyalty, respect, and love. That's it. You just wanted what you was putting out. You just wanted to receive it back. Genuine reciprocity. You were around devils though, and you didn't even know it. Healing your inner child is never easy because you got to dig up things that you really don't want to dig up. I just kept saying, you know, I can't go to no therapist because a therapist ain't gonna be able to help me with what it is that I've gone through. They haven't gone through it. So I took all my problems to God. At the end of the day, this was the path that you needed to be on. Because you believed, because you was open to receive, God is blessing your life in an extraordinary way. Does anybody out there believe in God? Hey, anybody out there believe in God? I say, does anybody out there believe in God? Hey, anybody out there believe in God? And if you don't, and if you don't, and if you don't, sit back and watch me go, and that's about me. Sit back and watch me go, and that's about me. Sit back and watch me go, and that's about me. Sit back and watch me go, and that's about me. Look at how I used to live and look at how I live now. Look at what I used to have and look at what I have now. Look at how I used to walk and look at how I walk now. Look at how I used to talk and look at how I talk now. I believe in your promises. I believe that you'll come through. I believe in your promises. Said I believe that you'll come through. Does anybody out there believe in God? Hey, anybody out there believe in God? I say, does anybody out there believe in God? Hey, yeah. He said that he'll never leave you nor forsake you. You had to believe what he told you was true. You had to stand on it because he showed you time and time again. Every time somebody go against you, every time they had to see. And see, the thing is how he rose you up. He didn't just listen. He didn't just take you and say, oh, boom. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go from being broke to being rich. No. See, a lot of these people put their mouth on you. So not only did he raise you up, baby, he served justice. He vindicated you and cleared your name and dusted and wiped off all that dirt that people threw up on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And he created you, recreated you in his image. These people broke you, but God repaired and restored you and then rose you up again before these very people's eyes. They laughed at your pain, but then was shocked at the blessings that God ushered you to. Hate the fact that God blessed you after they put their mouth on you because they wanted you to stay there. They could no longer roll with you and have people view you in the same light that they used to view you. These people can't hold a candle next to you now. Do you understand? You're on a different level. You're in a different setting. You're in a different time zone. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. So now they can't hide behind that no more. And if they still got a problem, they can go ahead and take it up with God, because that sounds like something personal to me. Understand that if you need a friend, you got it in me. If you need love, you got it in me. If you need inspiration, motivation, a life example, you already know you got it in me. I come with that real, never that fake. I keep it 100 with you. I keep it a buck with you, okay? Continue to reach one, teach one, bring others to the JC gang. You already know. We ride together, we slide together, JC gang for life. Continue to what? Never let nobody see you sweat. And until next time, y'all stay prayed up and be blessed. And let me tell you something. Go out and get your tickets if you want to go ahead and celebrate with your sister. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a ball. Also, check out the community board. Go ahead and purchase your tickets so you can go ahead and celebrate with your sister. Save the date, August 5th. And I hope to see every single last one of y'all there. Until next time, y'all stay prayed up and be blessed. I love y'all.